9 years and 2 prequels later, Insidious 3 and The Last Key, we find ourselves diving back into the chaotic lives of the Lambert family, attempting to resolve matters that should have been left untouched after the events of Chapter 2. Josh Lambert, played by Patrick Wilson, and his grown-up son Dalton Lambert, portrayed by Ty Simpkins, reunite as the father struggles to rebuild their bond after the disturbing events of the past. Josh convinces Ty to drop him off at a picturesque Ivy League university, unaware that this is where their nightmare begins. Ty, for reasons only known to horror film writers, is drawn to gruesome and macabre paintings that ultimately become a gateway to another dimension. This alternate world, known as the Further, is formed through the astral projection abilities of both father and son. The story revolves around Josh's attempts to save Ty from being consumed by this terrifying realm. Analysis of the script: Lee Wannell and Scott Teems present a narrative that gradually unravels, but unfortunately, it becomes a tangled mess along the way. Initially, it tricks you into fear during the first half, but soon that emotion dissipates, leaving you struggling to stay awake as the plot further deteriorates. The effectiveness of a horror movie lies in its ability to deliver jump scares, and while this film manages a few good ones, most are predictable from a mile away. Cinematographer Toby Oliver, known for his work in Get Out, is unfortunately constrained by Patrick Wilson's limited and underdeveloped vision. Although Oliver attempts to create tension and induce jump scares through his camera work, the execution falls flat most of the time. Exploring the concept of astral projection further could have been the saving grace for this franchise, but unfortunately, it suffers due to the wrong choice of director. More on that in the direction section. Performances: Patrick Wilson appears to be directing the film even while he acts in it. His expressions constantly convey the message, "Now, I have to do a shot like this," throughout his screen time. Whether intentional or not, he saves the best jump scare for himself: the MRI scene, which is the only standout moment in the entire film. Ty Simpkins fails to find his footing in this movie. He appears disengaged throughout the shoot, offering a monotonous performance that lacks variation in response to different situations. Rose Byrne and Sinclair Daniel deliver adequate performances, doing their job without any extraordinary impact. Direction and music: Patrick Wilson should have stuck to his acting role, allowing James Wan, known for The Conjuring and Saw, to reclaim the director's chair. The subplot involving the other dimensional portal had potential for exploration, but ultimately becomes a generic addition. Joseph Bishara, the film's composer, deserves a 5/5 rating for his work. His background music pulls you in, regardless of what's happening on screen, and it captivates you right from the beginning, starting with the logos of the production companies. Combined with immersive sound design, Bishara's score stands out as the best aspect of the film. Final thoughts: in conclusion, there's a line in the film that states, "Everything gets riskier as you go further," and upon decoding it, one realizes that it applies to the overall story because everything gets worse as the movie progresses.